YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, welcome. All right, so this is what it's all about. We're here. This is my personal studio, and as of right now, we have no sponsors, and I don't think there ever will be. We're going to be focusing strictly on donations, and the reason being is I want to bring you my experience. Why? How did I get here? What got me into music? And really bring out your love for music and some of the biggest problems that we all face, right? So we all face, number one, what computer should we buy? This is 2020. There's not enough information out there about what computer we should buy. What audio equipment should we be purchasing? What's going to work best for the genre of music that you make? Now here's the thing, I'm a techno and house specialist. I also do music production. I also do live audio production. So my goal is to be able to create custom songs on the fly. So essentially with the least amount of pre-saves, the least amount of preparation. When I get on my hardware, everything's on the fly. I'm building that song from scratch. I will sample vocals. And here's the other thing. During this process, getting where I am, I'm not a simple wedding DJ. I don't play song to song. I essentially had to learn all of the music side and now learning even more about the computer side. As my needs grew on the music side, I realized that my computer always needed an upgrade. And now we're taking a quantum leap with the new technology that's out and really putting in what needs to be done to handle some serious Ableton tracks. I use Tractor. Essentially as far as, as far as live, house and techno music, and you see all the big stars with all these fancy softwares and equipment, this is a long road. And, a lot of times you see certain things that is just not practical. And in other cases, you see people who realistically just work for the sponsorships and they're telling you, oh, try this. And worst of all, they're showing you the gear and it's showing you 20 different options that the gear is capable of. But the big problem with that is realistically, that gear is only going to do one thing really well, maybe two or three, but certainly all of those options just become so overwhelming because when you get the gear, it doesn't sound right. It doesn't work the way you want it to work. It does, 50 different things, which is great, but, jack of all trades, master of none situation. So essentially, I've tried all of this equipment and I've tried about 3 to 4, 5 times the amount of equipment than you see here. I am a master at buying and returning, buying, testing, returning, mastering, returning. Reason being is you have to find the equipment that works the absolute best. My goal is to save you time. My goal is to save you money, not to be a sponsored video. I show you one piece of equipment. It does 50 different things and doesn't do any of them well. The point of this is I've been through the ruts. I've been through the sales reps. I've been through, all of the manufacturer videos. And, what it boils down to is the sales reps have no clue. When you're making house techno or your custom genre of music, the way you do it, if you're in this advanced realm, the sales rep really doesn't have a clue. So he's just trying to sell you everything, and, we're going to be covering biggest waste of money items to best value for your dollar that you're going to get the most bang for your buck. Where should you start in the process? What's your most important equipment that you're going to get the most out of while making house and techno music? You talk to your local computer company, they're going to sell you a pre-made system with a huge profit margin in there. It's not going to fit your needs. It's not going to be cutting edge. And essentially, they don't know anything about audio. Truly learn audio is from people who have been there already. And I hope my average viewer is focusing more on the custom music, because that's what really this is about. Making something custom, your own vibe. How do you reach that vibe? avoiding all of the mistakes of buying a piece of equipment because it looks like it does everything, jack of all trades, master of none, and you sit down and you're like, wow, these kick drums sound terrible. These percussions sound terrible. So how do you get that to work best? And how do you build the hybrid setup where you have analog, digital, computer, all mixing together? And my personal favorite style is creating the songs live on the fly. One of the beginning of my series, because I want to do the absolute best justice for my viewers, we're going to learn this from the fundamentals of why you're getting something and how to get there. And I'm not just telling you from, okay, I'm reading the back of the box, this is what it does. No, I actually make the music too. You're going to learn, video. I'll even bring video in there if you're capturing, your audio through video. I'll bring live streaming in. I'll build the best computer for 2020 live audio. I'll give you a good budget option. I'll teach you about mixers. I've owned a few, MIDI controllers, drum machines, how to connect your audio to get the best performance, how to reduce or eliminate as much as possible any external noise within your audio, how to get super clean audio, how to record your audio. For me, I'm 38 years old. I'm not gonna be focusing at a big club, but I absolutely love making the music and I love sharing it on YouTube. So whatever your goal is, we're gonna do it together and we're gonna have a lot of fun with it. We're gonna be talking about brands, reliability. There's going to be so many really cool things, and down the road I'll make some about my personal life. We'll go through what got me here and the joy I get from it. Another really cool thing is I've learned tons of tricks along the way. And lastly, I want to end with optimization, taking your setup, using the least amount of disk space, having that pure, performance with little to no jitter, keeping everything on time, even in a hybrid setup. Most importantly, how everything works together. See, that's the really big key. You can buy any of these individual things, but if you don't know how to connect it all together and make it all work as one, that's like a huge situation, right? Figure you have this motherboard and you don't know which hard drive to pick or graphics card to pick or CPU to pick, or, you have this great drum machine, but either you kind of know how to use it, but how do you mix it in your mix? What volume levels should you be going out so it all sounds like one song? How do you keep everything in time? And lastly, latency. How do we deal with latency? Because it's another whole big topic. So I can keep going, but I would recommend stick by us. Watch the show. Let's get through every episode. Let's dig in. Let's get lots of questions going. If you're unsure of something, I'd be happy to answer a few questions. It's definitely not, I would say, where you're going to hire me one-on-one right off the bat. But let's see how many questions we get first, and let's see. But more importantly, that I'm going to be bringing this information to you, and you're going to be able to take it, have a quantum leap while purchasing gear, while testing gear, while getting to your true goals. And then I want you to almost learn like I did from scratch and really teach yourself to have your own version. So, all right, anyways, see you guys in the next one. Thanks for coming. Comments, questions below, like, subscribe, and I'm excited. Let's do this together. All right, guys.